evening and welcome to tonight's GMB Pay 15 Tales from the NHS. On the 31st of October, many people would normally be out tonight in the UK, spending All Hallows Eve trick-or-treating with their children, and perhaps later even spending the night telling each other horror stories and remembering scary moments of the past. Well, tonight I'm going to share a number of real bone-chiller stories. Modern horror stories, if you will. Stories about taking for granted a valuable service and the people who provide that very service. A story about in-work poverty. A story about exploitation. And a story about the consequences about saying and doing nothing about it. Our story starts with Boris Johnson, leader of the monsters and his army of walking dead Tory ministers. A big business henchmen who are being lined up to suck the lifeblood out of the NHS. The Tories will, when they have broken the service and the staff within it, sell off our NHS. It will become Americanised, where only those that can afford it get care. So you should be afraid. Be very afraid. They aren't worried that NHS heroes who have led the fight back against COVID, who, whilst caring for our families, have done so at times without the correct PPE, without at times proper staffing levels, and now, without fair recognition, are being put in rags and thrown onto the streets as real NHS terms and conditions continue to be kept. This is the option for politicians who also awarded themselves a 3,000 plus pay rise whilst ignoring your own. As NHS staff who have often chosen about which bill to pay as they struggle to make ends meet, or even hide at times behind sofas as the rent man knocks on the door. It's horrible, I know, but it's true. But NHS workers have armed themselves with the NHS Pay 15 campaign, a campaign that has huge potential, a campaign being supported and backed 100% by the GMB union. I hear they're the union for all NHS workers and ambulance professionals. They, along with some other unions, with more to come I hope, are to campaign until we win. All of the weapons that can kill off the dark Tory army are available to the trade unions, and GMB are ready, under the leadership of a determined membership, to take the fight on if NHS heroes continue to swell our numbers. By joining the GMB and the NHS Pay 15 campaign so that you can help us to help you. Now, the consequences of saying nothing or doing nothing or accepting that being clapped once a week was ample reward for your risk-taking and all the fantastic care you provided our families whilst endangering your own. We'll see you ignored until April for a paltry pay rise, if any, which will frankly do nothing to put right the last decade of monstrous pay failures and leave you on NHS agenda for change poverty pay scales. The NHS Heroes will have to leave or be totally destroyed by poverty. Recruitment will be non-existent, and when applicants are told that they will be under-resourced, overworked and poorly paid for working for the NHS, they're going to run a mile. You may well ask how this tale will end, but it's being written as we speak. The forces of good and evil are facing each other, and our NHS hangs in the balance. You can do your bit to save it by fighting alongside our NHS heroes. I do know that if NHS workforces throughout the country are unionised, organised, and importantly incentivised, they will rise like superheroes to kill off the NHS profiteers. And if you stand firm, you can defeat the Tory monsters and end the cuts and privatisation of our NHS for good. So understand that tonight's stories you are going to see and hear are all true, and that the real scary horror message tonight is that they are happening right now. I must go now. It's a busy night for me. Hopefully you won't bump into me personally while I'm working tonight.